I am addicted to decluttering and saving money. Hi, I'm Yeli. I'm your simplifying bestie, a 32-year-old new mom of four who decluttered over 50% of her belongings years ago to save her mental health and has been consumer debt-free for about 7 years. The only debt that we have currently besides our mortgage is my husband's student loan for flight school. And one thing that I get asked a lot is, did we pay off all of our debt as I was staying home or while I was still working? I left my job 2 years ago after we had our third baby, and my husband was just getting his career started. So during the process, we did have to slow down and stop and pause all of the payoff debt, which was the student loan. However, prior to that, we had already paid off all of our debt because we knew we were going to be acquiring that student loan. And if you know anything about flight school, it is very expensive and there's very limited ways for you to go to flight school unless you get a very big student loan. Even then, we were able to cash flow a lot of it, or at least a good chunk. So we started by decluttering our life. We started by paying off things slowly, little by little. And then before he started going to school, we made sure that we had no car debt, no credit card, no debt at all. Again, because we knew we were going to be acquiring that debt. And one of the things that Dave Ramsey says while you are on your debt payoff journey is to stop all of your investments. We actually did not stop our investments. I continue to invest my money and we continue to save money for our emergency fund. And if you have an emergency fund, I highly recommend for you to put it in a high yield savings account. This is going to be a savings account for 3 to 6 months of emergencies in case you lose your job or you just have something coming up. So in short, we made sure everything was paid off prior to us just going into one income. And when the income was not enough, either because I was the only one working or he was the only one working, we paused all of the debt payoff, which was the student loan in this case. Now that our finances are back in track, we are on the journey to actually pay that student loan off. My personal goal is to do it in 3 years or less. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. And once we're done paying that student loan, my goal would be to pay off our house, which is something that we built under a very, very tight budget. And if you've been here, you know what I'm talking about. But in a way, I am just kind of tired of seeing that women are not financially responsible. I believe there's a bunch of us who totally are, who are here to save money, who are here to pay off our debt, who are here to try to be responsible with our money. And this doesn't mean that you're not having fun or not buying anything ever. I think the main thing and the most important thing is to know that you can have fun. You just have to do it mindfully, especially when you are in your debt payoff journey or you're trying to save money for something or you have a big goal. But my first step was to declutter, and I will always say this: declutter your life. You're going to be surprised at the amount of things that you have that you do not need. It's going to open up your eyes and make you see what all things you have that you don't even use and you're spending money on.